Is mishe Iagan Machnil.
Na broken cosach gorum, shachit yenach na mavaka agus mappa di mo live.
Agus ha mit dol chosioch Slighe tastelach Thasgadh nach el mór an eolish itchid acam na creagan. Fydd Slighe a Naoimh Cuithbeirt mi haar 300 miles aga a muir-tràghad na creagan far an Cuithbeirt an dosioch na vanach chun an náte far an jacha hiolachig Naoimh Lindisfarne far clatach Northumbria. Han Slighe show edda vi a taring hastalich fat fasgid míle le bliana.
Han mishe ed ma hastalach heen, gus barach gaine mach mi in Cuithbeirt, agus an dlia show a chai einimachig ed a hon.
Ro na chlachge ga, is an eiche, wit al sies gan chlatich, agus na hesse sanuske, chadawins gan ranuske tien gan navig, agus a goer ni fat na heiche.
Ha mijn dochus kan tor een turusso gaan koren bergig Cuithbeirt na beha. Halvarig echtriel gach trúf jan dlia, ha je lentin na creache alapa agus sasain agus a gamanan a gal tarsan ora. Se Slighe a chonig strie sapid go leor tron a líntjen.
Blaar monig ankrum, blaar na fúlse gaun, ach chai an la lis na halapani.
Ha dú lacum cosioch tro helian alvain, bi Jane Sheetja of his own.
As in ule eulach gewil alapa einimal is on with our screen, immer shosha sheetja an the nuil wa, ach a sin ha gema alvain.
Gal an nuil haar drochaid bria. Tal dlarig echtriel. Is bartjen boioch. Grunnachach na tràghad strú liani. Agus a cud eolas carriage an ura.
Am a carriage week gefas nas chorp sa chi nas ashkaram.
Agus fat an jewel be mi fein barach amach me ein Cuithbeirt, Unaran, Slighe agus Espig. Sa phrògram me yedig, iach me tarsin na creache gusasin.
Get harus big cow on the Jew, ha mi mocha go vi Jew shelly an akad gen an aranjach, agus na hami veckin ha kema alvin.
Hoed me mach me Cuithbeirt na ciad hasanich.
It's a centre of power. It's a centre of the way in which the whole kingdom was ordered.
Agus hurl me balla marikich wuller. Ha mi nisht djena malia a mach a wuller. As a sin heich mi choyad Uamh Chuithbeirt, mas gaf mi tarsan na tràghad go Naoimh Lindisfarne, count creache na Slighe. Sé hiad áideach an déit mi Monadh Weetwood. Ha comharran uasta cupa-is cearcall bhí éicinn creagan an a hin.
Hamid hín farad dlia rúdbeg go áideach díomhar agus huan mi cét bhain an túanach son seo dhéanó agus seo éicinn agus éidir chric mhóra seo ha na cearcall éidir chuid éidir chlách agus am I fecinn únaga trí cé cóig ciús doch go bhfuil féin bharachán ach Can you listen? Cosonha down agus cúneachai down ach ha cúch as a Slighe crack el stocha go at the corchug na dún a chai hokal na bountain het me chulu an the hell. Stochare sin rot va kielachug stocha na chai. Coica hafis.
Hami iddish Slighe Cuithbeirt is am hort chun na drochaid bhóiach seo tarsan a-Aoine till. Hain a pàirt Thasgadh Eco Flodden is ishi sémas joisigo me na phróiseacht agus ma lábhlár bha dorcha an an neachtri na Havapa.
So James, we're here at the Weetwood Bridge, part of the Eco Museum. Tell me first of all, what is an Eco Museum and actually what's involved with this one?
An Eco Museum is a way of showing a story of something that happened in history, not by bringing it into a museum, but by you going out to visit it and its component parts in different areas. Flodden Eco Museum stretches from Portsmouth on the south coast, where the Mary Rose sits, right as far north as Stirling and Lithgow, which were the homes of King James IV. The main concentration of sites within the Eco Museum itself are obviously in the Tweed Valley around the site, around the place where the battle took place in 1513. All the places where the armies met, where the armies fought, where the armies rested, things connected to that. And what we here have at Weetwood Bridge is a very significant old crossing point of the River Till, and fairly certain that the army actually crossed here. Perhaps not this bridge as we see it today, because this is a slightly more modern, this is maybe an 18th century, 19th century reconstruct, but there was a crossing here.
So James, tell me about the Battle of Flodden, and from here, where was it fought?
It was fought about 8 miles behind me here in the hills behind, on the foothills of the Cheviot Hills. It was fought in September of 1513, and it was a battle between the English and the Scots. King Henry VIII was the King of England at the time. James makes the mistake of joining them in battle to lead his men. He is killed, as are all of the Scottish nobility, aristocracy, anybody who could read and write. 10,000 men lay dead on the battlefield. James IV of Scotland is the last monarch in the British Isles to be killed in active battle.
Sé an Devil's Causeway chanasad leis an pháirteo yen Dh'fhàg, agus an cíneach go bhfuil stórí íondeoch it cúil nainam, agus cúteach am dóchas nach cainich mí leis an deabhain héin.
Sé hawn ach rad Rómanach eile agus gaia lentin suas Cuithbeirt h-Aoine tuai. Har a smúneach gan deach a hocal ró Father Hadrian.
Siúl có hacam a seo, có ach an Uamh Chuithbeirt héin. Miedach hawl ha ma an dunne héin eichgin. Chan yn fat sa bí na cha niamh seo chasuas an a 2016, agus sé an Slighe ar einital tom fidus a reine a macha stop chrúv chéile.
Hí mairid pinsint an Uamh Chuithbeirt a chulawá, ha min dóchas gan déid eichgi seo ddísi go cymar a chaile a gartain.
How did he come to be in a wee bit of a sorry state?
Yes, he's lost his blessing hand, which he held across, and he's got a head injury. What happened was, about 3 weeks ago, we had a terrible sort of storm, and it looked like snow, but it was more like hail, but really small hail. And the car wasn't coming fast, it was coming down here, it skidded the whole way round. Thankfully, it didn't hit that, because it probably would have been a nastier accident. But because he's not encased in concrete, the car knocked the statue over. He'll be fine. He'll get his hand back and everything.
But nonetheless, despite him being slightly out of health at the moment, he's still an attraction.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. No, there are always people taking pictures when they come along. And so, actually, people in cars, they're going anywhere, they'll stop and take pictures of themselves with him. And there have been those people who are obviously quite religious who will kneel in front of him, and, you know, that's fine. And then just yesterday, actually, there were a couple of men, and one of them was obviously blind, and he was feeling the face with his hands. It was really very moving, very moving.
Bó Uamh a-null rinneach nar lá hín go 4 hewn lárach yn dh'fhàg a réirpi aladis.
Uamh Chuithbeirt is hug manaich Lindisfarne, chorp Cuithbeirt an seo, an noch ciad 3 fichid sa cúig sydd y teichich van y lochnanig agus y coed son aatje sàbhailte. Van oorsin ruin duinjelle fémi a Naoimh mar esimplar, no de vain y cúdige bre, agus vai mar aatje tjúlachig an tjúlach lídar ag an roan talaf seo, mas teach a hort seachat gan nuris náisianta. O toen nog eens hier taatje tangus an cynnychig ag na huavan seo. Is go cwmni ein i fad, ag ceol o fachgad i Uamh Chuithbeirt.
Wel, had da uamh sa sgír seo, rys yn canar sa bhearla St Cuthbert's Cave. Agus has a gra musjach Cuithbeirt a Lindisfarne, well, Innerfarne yn Thasgadh. Va fwrach an ferdyn y hwyfyn seo. Agus blin has jefas, nŵr y fan na lochdan i chabakarst Lindisfarne. Hwc na manaich chorp Cuithbeirt lewa cwrst fa blianachan. Agus an Thasgadh sawn y sio no i fele a chaiad leis a chorp. Mae rwydr gas gydroed yn biach gyro fwrach an y sio, nŵr y fa bio. Mae rwydr gas gyro gael soch ag a sàbhailte. A chahas y gra gyndolai a chorp a sio fat gres.
Nes fa second gyro Cuithbeirt a fyddwch le sien son sios da uner an y fawn. Wel stoch y bech gan grofwydach as an Uamh stoch Naoimh seo hén ach grofwydach an Naoimh a chodig ein dydach le sien agus leis y smwdyn agus y bryn dy gia.
Wel, sy'n had y gra agus ysdiesin an yn farn Ellen Beck byd o'ch fasger Lindisfarne. Agus va fwrach sy'n va gwrni agus a fwrach le sien ach charoi bwlach na ynar oedd fiwch dwi'n iachyn agus a talir agus a sier comharran fwy agus a torst bí agus rwy'n mar sy'n ga.
Nes hwys y gyro Cuithbeirt gyma cwtrymoch na Naoimh. Cyrson y fach o cwtrymoch yn tacad i dwi'n ielo?
Gynra animal mar hwnnw fa dŵrach gach a fa gílas gan siarna. Ik gynro cwach gan siarna son dwi'n chlanachach agus fachal ie hermanachach. Agus hi sy'n chw môr sa fa clw gynro 3 leorach yn sgrífte mi ein, as na mi yn ocean. Ha beha Cuithbeirt sgrífte gynwra, agus sgríf byd, sgolarth môr na heclis a sgríf echtri yn Sasanach. Sgríf es yn cwdioch da leor mi ein. Agus na leorach yn sio sgwliad fatis farsing, chan an y fan an yn sasin yn sawn yn olapa, a chan sy'n rhoi'n iorp a cwdio. Sa sy'n y sialt yn cho farsing sa fa chlw. Bydd y gra mer esimplar gynro anna fi yn y ffrichel y ga. Na fi a torst bí ga agus chwmpedich nŵr y fai sy'n ielen agus rwy'n mar sy'n. Agus cwdioch cahas y gra gynro na chlachga ga sy'n eiche, fydd o sias gan chlatich. Agus na heses yn úsge, chadóins gynro yn úsge tîn gan Naoimh, agus a gwrni fat na haiche yn sy'n. Agus ik biel yn la a gol yr as gan fanach yn dyr fan na brad yn ele geiri son wrni yn y matinja. Agus co yw gymfach fedyn y brad yn tŵrys y fa sio a tîn as yn úsge. Agus hanig da beist hw gajúnsi, agus faid a chirmachach a chasan agus a vláachach as déhí a hesus an úsge fat na haiche a bheit sin. Mar sin na scrífan had a fiochan rí churin céil gynro mar gymí mar a bheit agu agus éva sa gari an Thasgadh. Gynro an srosha dé comharran a ha seo.
Mae ddydych asg eich gyn agus hwrt a ddiwm fi mochel gyfelad as yn ar yn ioch sio. Chan mi osach yn misal idd nahar yn eisiau ach fe mira gyfelad. Gyma boi o'ch eich gyn glwysad yma fi alw. Ha na'r glwysad falafwm agus mi gyma tangel gyfelad dol yn dŵfsyn agus chanila tîn y dŵfsio.
Van Naoimh ha mi a cummal orm soos a vroich, smi an dachas gym feich mi a fwyd is on a hir dŵr edd yn tourist show.
Nis nach a show díadach Alvain. As a show chimi Naoimh Lindisfarne, agus in the dúf show chimi Castel Bambara, agus in the chiad Castel Ddiamh a beter Gaelacin, is gas go fútar gunna ag na naichin a húg eunsi idd, the lína cocian and rose. Cúteach as a show, díadach seachat the Castel, ha mi fechcin Ellen big in your farn, faran ró Cuithbeirt na díadavoch. Ha de ra can ron Jelen lan vochcain, agus nu the h-Aoine dosioch, beter ga rook a chud in the droch spiritan. Can je rien nach roi fuer eunen noch kutschka núine, ach wie glaien si a spirital ag a kutschok. Sé Joacha shows an stadglishak, manel likal, ach a mi fechkin cho fask sa hami in mo cheon uia, an kersko mago kommer het al. Ha njeron show jandlia a waia tarsin priavrela en tuvener. Femi fonagu njech na sanas rawi, agus ishi go a vela sàbhailte go Iagan a-null, agus in tuvelo, femi fonagu deshuka, ishi gaif go domi tarsin go sàbhailte. Hello, I'm at Fenham Hill and I'm looking to cross the East Coast Line. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Dzień femi kafakijano. Hello, I'm just letting you know I've crossed Fenham Hill safely. Thanks for your help, bye-bye.
Ha mi nisht ag yn njeron mi yedig jem chwrd, smíf a gal fatoch gos yn rhiene. Ha mi dol a gal a-null go Naoimh Lindisfarne edd muir-tràghad.
Trona cheo halna hin ha Lindisfarne agus mi dolchus gedoka cheo trona wa agus mi fechkin tortúni koshoks tor carpetan dol a-null agus mi cínja carhishin rut abistoch et la sorge mar cheo h-Aoine na céiste. Agus ami an heo a feo edd buin tastalach siet a vi koshok as a skida hart na lion guruk cheo a taring crosh. Does Uamh na brachas na stochen, dol null na castan rúiste mar na Tadhlaidh iad Iano har na blianachin. Agus ha mi a smúnjin go bhí an duisce go má fuair fé mi bhí deisialas an seo. Agus cúteach fé mi súl a chumal iad an nuad son tíileag agus cumal súl iad an láin fa mi deonach seo dhéanamh fat ma bhéa agus ha mi os a toilete choraméin seo dhéanamh. Ha mi dochas nach bína ártachan ro uair ach sé ud an bhór seo an choraméin. Right. Ha mi docha dhéanamh.
Agus leis a cheo, simig smúrn a hiic na cheom.
Ha ma vi fedach in genioch agus an uisce, get a han uisce uasach ein fuair is na casan agus ha ma vi cosach de bhuion show agus einich het co spirit as a had agus h-Aoine ciolach a gaisan sa ta sein luion agus leag van a vípos van a saiscal agus so prísile a sein is na fin ach brion dú a cuteach h-Aoine ciolach a gaib vi Giano show ed an lá sóracha show agus a mi fedach in greu uan fór a hawn I fáin corm of cosach cála dúa agus a mi toracha go dreime show.
As sé cosach son trí charsan na chúrach ha a cheau scuúlag sí saliadachag, ma ná mar ruchas mí an túb hawl.
Am an isted Eilean Lindisfarne a ruin, agus a seo ferch in na lári chriastal is cutrmiche sur an Jorpa. Ha mi wasach in toracha vi an seo mi edach hawl, agus a mi coite dort is súla horte den Eilean, agus cudish ha colach.
Ach an tosioch, jef mi fachcal e ferch in a tashtali chello.
So Pete, you've just come across to Lindisfarne. How important a pilgrimage is this for you personally?
Well, to me, it's the only way to spend Easter. Spending Easter here on Holy Island is just magical.
And how big a thing is it at Easter on Lindisfarne?
It kind of builds to crescendo, you know, from Good Friday, and then there's more people that come for the vigil on Easter Saturday tomorrow. And then on Sunday morning, the local St. Mary's Church is absolutely packed. And we carry the crosses in, decorated with flowers. I mean, obviously they're bare at the moment because it's Good Friday. Yeah. And then after the service, we come out and we parade around the islands, singing hymns. We then go back to Naoimh, which is the Catholic church on the island, and take the crosses apart and then make our ways home by car. People come from all different Christian traditions or not. Some people with no faith come along. People from other faiths, so we've had people that, I'm not sure about this year, but people that are Muslim or Hindu have come on these walks in the past. And so it's a great way of sharing faith with other people. And you meet people that you've walked with before, people that are brand new to it, people that maybe come from other legs or other pilgrimages. Coming to walk on this pilgrimage, Northern Cross, with us, and we all, you know, share it, that faith, that community, that fellowship together, and we build a little community for the week, and then we all come here and then meet with the other groups, and then celebrate Easter together.
Ba ma vi bryn di cwtsigyn mar Pete agus yn stori egus yn ein agus ein ymach person ha Giano shows mar a bara had vi gaian son imetoch blian agus am a kinje son imetoch blian haast ach man is tolletje na broken na goede shorm agus na orte kunnen vlaag agus an jelen jechken.
Ha mi doddogal cwrt chimichald yn Eilean. Eg muir-tràghad chanel an y Lindisfarne ach my vile ach gyda ferrain. Ha na sluggen a dachiad neach a fwydacham ach ha na ciad yn fieltyn loch turish a toddad yn Eilean gach bliana. Nisht ha mi doddochoed edrych vanachyn.
Tell us a bit about the history. What's the earliest signs of Christianity on this site?
Well, the early signs is early 7th century, and it all started with King Oswald from Bamborough. He'd been exiled to Ireland and converted to Christianity, and he really wanted this area, Northumbria, to be converted to Christianity, so he brought some monks over from Iona and founded the priory. The first couple of monks that were going to be priors thought we were too barbaric to civilise, so he brought over Iagan, who actually founded this place in the early 7th century. and that's the first real evidence we've got of Christianity here. This is actually a Norman priory, so this was built in 1125. The original priory, 7th century, was probably over in what we call Sanctuary Close. St Cuthbert was asked to be prior here by the king. In those days, king and religion was very much intertwined. I think Cuthbert had decided he'd had enough and he went to be a hermit on the Farne Islands, but he was persuaded to come out of retirement and be the prior here on the island.
Now, I believe, as you mentioned, that St Cuthbert was a bit of a recluse. He wasn't looking for fame in that sense. But what would have encouraged him to come back and be the prior here?
I think it was the fact he was asked by the king to come here. You're right, he was a very humble man. Any gifts, they used to get gifts of money and land from kings and all sorts. He gave most of it away. He kept some money to buy people out of slavery, and they became his disciples. So I think it was just to do God's work. That's why he came over here. Yeah.
And he, I suppose, resigned that post as prior and decided to go back into a hermitage. Why would he have done that?
I think he just wanted to live a humble life. He didn't want any trappings, any luxuries. He for a while lived on St Cuthbert's Island, which is just over in the bay.
We know the Vikings paid a visit.
They did.
What was their impact on the island and on the building?
The impact was felt far and wide. The Vikings came in 793. They sacked the priory, killed a lot of the monks, and after that there was a lot of angst because they thought they'd done something to incur the wrath of God. And in fact there was a monk, I think it was a monk that came here, that actually killed a king and then killed himself. And April of that year he was buried here, and for a while the monks thought that was why the Vikings had come and raided. In fact, the Vikings probably came to say, right, we're on our way, because this was a big centre of Christianity, and it wasn't an accident that they chose this and sacked it.
In terms of visitors to the site, and obviously for me and other people who have done this in Cuthbert Way, this must be a very special place to come and finish your visit, whether it's just a long walk, or whether it's a more spiritual journey.
Absolutely. We get quite a few pilgrims. Probably nowhere near as many as Cuthbert had at the height of the cult of St Cuthbert. But yeah, it's a nice place. We have a statue of Cuthbert, which people can come and have a look, have their photograph taken.
Seo at Cuithbeirt, agus ha a neba seo a bhí an son ichad bliana, agus ha a nu niamh tu bh cahar eiclis derm far an deach Cuithbeirt a hiolacach. Agus mas alamh mi a mi dolagar féinach it a mi hín agus Cuithbeirt. Morning, thank. The chula came yen dlia hamiad coram smúnicha get tá rutan. Gaharach ma mi ein hain agus in sul na himical oram. Ach an ruta cortum comor shevi suya show at Lindisfarne. Acha kama soracha is an creacha chuith in an tuda show.